All right, everyone, welcome back to Automotive Anatomy. Today we have John. John, thank you so much for making the time for us, man.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you taking the time to interview me.
No, man, thank you for making the time, waking up this early, because I know you youngsters want to get up a little later. So tell us, man, what do you drive?
So I drive a 94 CX hatch.
94 CX hatch. Now, it's going to be pretty cool because you share a little bit of the story behind this build, behind some other builds. But just kind of tell us, when do you remember, like, as a young kid thinking, man, I like cars, I like modding them, you know? Walk us back.
It actually started off with my dad. He's the one that basically got me into like all like the car hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And he has, we still have it, it's just in my garage. We have a 78 280Z. And that was like my first like love, you know, like
Wow.
That was like the first car I fell in love with. And he's had it since I was kindergarten maybe.
Okay.
And then like he's just been working on it ever since. We just recently started fully restoring it, like just getting rid of all the rust. Off when I was like in elementary school basically, because I grew up around cars. I would always have to help him, like if there was something he had to fix on the car that required two people, he would have me help him. And then he had his 94 hatch also, and that was.
And so that one you mentioned, that 94 hatch Civic,
yeah,
CX white.
Yeah, it's
practically same car.
Yeah.
Bought it brand new.
Mm-hmm. He bought it brand new in 94.
And he's had it.
He's had it since.
Family owned.
He got rid of it in like maybe 2010 or something. But he gave it to my uncle.
Okay, within the family.
Yeah, it still stayed within the family. But then my uncle ended up getting like new cars, and then we ended up getting it back. And then it was sitting in our driveway for like a year or two, and then we basically just like restored it again. We're in the process of like making it like more of like an OEM car again.
How cool is that?
I know, right? Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy for me to think about that my dad is the original owner.
Mm-hmm.
To like for a car that's like what 25 years old now.
Yeah, your dad's old. No, we're getting older. We're getting older. Shout out to dad. So it's always been Japanese cars for you then?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, my dad's the one that got me into the JDM scene, because he's had two Zs before the Z he has now. So he's had like a 75 240Z, and then he had a 260, and then now he has a 280. So he's been through like all the cars or all the Zs. Yeah.
Transmission's been good to you all these years?
Yeah.
Have you done a clutch replacement or anything?
When I first got the car, the clutch or the trans was stuck in third gear. So we traded that broken trans for an LS trans.
Oh.
And then we threw an X-City OEM replacement. But I do have a new clutch sitting on the side.
Okay.
It's a ACT like street track like clutch.
Yeah, she sounds healthy though, man.
Thank you.
So good.
And this is why I love this car as a cruiser too, because how like comfortable it is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty stiff sometimes, but it's what comes with having a lowered car.
Right. It's an EG, so I'm scared it's gonna like just debacle, you know. I don't know. These cars were not made as good as the Accords, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, John. So when it's time for you to actually start looking for a car, what becomes your very first car?
This was actually my first car.
Oh wow, no way.
Yeah, this was my first car. I got it my like the summer before my freshman year of high school. So I was like 14 years old. It was funny how I got the car too. I just came home from LA one day because I went to go pick up some monitors for like a gaming setup, and it completely came at me like blindsided. I came home, I'm like turning on my street, I see like this slammed EG right in front of my house. It's on like NK 92s. It looked cool at the time. I was like, damn, like whose car is that? I was like, I thought it was a neighbor's or something. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go take a picture real quick. I got out the car, I was taking pictures. I see my dad coming out, and he has like a GoPro in his hand, and I was like, the hell, like, why is this fool come out with a GoPro? And then he shout out to your dad, you know what I'm saying? I know you watching this, but yeah, he had a GoPro in his hand, and then he was looking at me, he told me, he's like, damn, that's a nice EG, huh? I was like, yeah, it's pretty clean. He's like, oh, look, the hood's open. Let's open it. I was like, nah, bro, like, that's not
Whose
our car.
car is it?
Yeah, I was like, whose car is this? He was like, oh, it's your car.
What?
And I was like, what? Like, I was like completely like, I didn't.
So you
yeah,
pop the hood and you look at it. And you're like, what is this?
I was like amazed when he gave me the keys and opened the hood. I was like, because when he opened the hood, it was a B16, or I had the B16 still, but it was like I saw it and it was a B series, and I was like, damn, like he just saved me a lot of money already.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to do a B swap anymore. But yeah, that's how I got the car.
Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Now, it's crazy because did you have a particular? I mean, not to say that this is a bad choice, but when you were thinking, man, my first car is gonna be blank.
Mm-hmm.
What was the car that you used to think? Was it like an old Z because of your dad, or?
Honestly, it's kind of crazy because I wanted a lot of cars,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I was leaning more towards an EG because of how I had history with his EG,
Mm-hmm.
like just riding in it like as a kid, and then seeing old pictures of my dad's car of him like put like in the 2000s or like the 90s. He had like a bunch of cool things on the car. Like he had wheels. I think they were Racing Heart wheels. He had a big tachometer. You know how they used to do that back in the day. It was like a big tach. He does like ham radio, like CB radio type stuff. So he had like an antenna on it, but it just looked cool, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think I always leaned more towards an EG because I just loved how my dad's looked, and like it was like my favorite car. I just grew up in it.
Oh, that's cool, man. So now that you've had the car for X amount of time, what is the current vision for it?
The which one?
The vision.
Oh, the vision. Okay, for the current vision, I think I gave you a little sneak peek earlier. I like working in silence sometimes, but
well, we'll keep it in silence though. But I know that as it sits, it's so nice, right?
Yeah.
But what's coming, it'll be different, and I'm looking forward to it. But
Yeah.
I think the way you have it right now is superb, man.
Thank
Gives
you.
it a nice
Appreciate it.
OEM plus. But definitely when people see in the streets, like there's something different about that car, with all the modifications you've done. So
Yeah.
we can definitely get into the car. Tell us about the front end, man. What do you got going on?
All right, so on the front end here, it's basically just like OEM, but or just everything's original besides the lip, and it's a Jay's Racing style front lip. I wanted to get a charge speed or a Jay's like actual lip, but I wasn't gonna pay like $300 just to blow up a fiberglass lip.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
I'm 100% okay with that. And the paint match is really good, by the way.
Thank you. That's actually spray can.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it was cleaner, but like when I first put it on, but then I started riding behind this guy, and he has RT660s, and he just throws rocks at me left and right.
We need to go in the front.
I know, I need to be in front of him.
Okay, man, it's super clean.
And then I have that little import tuner OG vanity plate. That's like one thing that I'm really proud about because my dad gave it to me a long time ago, and we got it at a car show when I was like, man, I don't even know how old I was.
That's super rad, dude. I love how you have like that rich history with cars because of your dad.
Yeah.
And now he's able to experience it with you through this build, which is so super rad, man.
Thank you.
And so the car, has it been resprayed in some certain panels, or is it OEM color from when you first got it?
It has been resprayed on the front bumper and the hood, but that's about it. Everything else is original paint.
Wow.
Just buffed.
Looks
just
great.
detailed, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very, very nice.
Because the only reason why it was resprayed because it got in a small fender bender a long time ago, but it's already it doesn't have the best fitment right now, but we fixed it at home.
No, it looks great, man. It looks great.
Thank you.
I wouldn't know that it got into a bender fender. The gaps seem good. Okay. And then keeping it very OEM, the back tells what do you have going on?
In the back, I got the clear tails, and then I got the Osaka JDM wing, and then that's about it. I like keeping, for some reason, I like keeping the back like really simple and stock, and just having like a wing or like the clear tails, because I like, what I'm trying to do is like Kanjo, like a Kanjo type of build, because I really like how they do it out there in Japan, and you know how they do how they're doing that on the Osaka loop. They all got buddy clubs, just like flying.
We can hear it. We can hear them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's basically all I got done to the rear.
I know they do liveries and cool stuff over there.
Hell
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you might see like liveries on
Maybe
this thing,
we'll see. Okay, that's cool, man. And then tell us about your suspension pieces. What do you got going on?
So for suspension, it's pretty simple all around. I just have function informed Type 1 coils, and then I have Blocks Racing upper control arms in the front. So I have it's the adjustable camber, and then I have the adjustable camber in the rear, and then I got front and rear strut bars. I have all my polyurethane bushings done on this car, and then in the rear I have like the rear subframe brace with the lower control arms, and that's about it.
Yeah, very
it's like a simple setup.
Very simple, but it sounds simple, but it's not. Like you add a few things that made it, makes it now very functional.
Yeah.
Okay. Brakes still the OEM?
Yeah, brakes are, well, I don't know what kind of brakes. The rotors are from the previous owner. They're pretty beat, but they're just some drilled and slotted rotors. Okay. And then I just have like ceramic like replacement brakes.
Okay, so nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. And then wheel and tire setup.
So they are the 15x8 frozen bronze 57 DRs. And then they're wrapped in a 205 50 15 Nitto Neogen.
Wow. And that's square? Same
yeah,
setup
square,
in the back?
yeah.
Hey, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Kind of going back to that like style in Japan where they have that beefy tire setup.
Yeah.
I really like what you've done with the beefy tire setup. Does it rub?
It doesn't actually.
That's cool.
I have negative 2.6 camber in the front and 2.1 in the rear, I believe. And doesn't rub at all unless I have like someone in the back, but I barely have like anyone riding in the back, so but yeah, it doesn't rub at all. How
cool though, man. I really like the color of the wheels, because white cars you can rock almost any color, but it gives it a nice especially in the sun,
you can really see the bronze. It's a special color that I got. My homie from Zero Auto Factory, or Cody, he's the one that got me the wheels. Like
you don't mind opening it?
Yeah, don't mind how dirty it is in here, but
people always say that it's always super it's super clean. Yes.
I have the OEM like Honda floor mats in there. Those are actually from my dad's car. I kind of stole them.
Oh, okay.
But besides that, I have the Recaro SP. It's like a SPG rep, I think. And then I have the Momo Monte Carlo, and then paired it with the GSR dual bend the GSR dual bend shifter with the Spoon Sports shift knob. And then I have my harnesses and harness bar. And then if you see right there by the dashboard, that BR rev limiter, that's what you might have heard that earlier when I hit rev limiter. But that little box was like $400.
That little box.
Yeah.
But it does some cool tricks, I guess.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. By the way, I really like the character on the seat. No, I really do. I'm not even kidding. I really like the fact that you have this.
Yeah.
Because it shows that it's been worn.
Yeah, it looks really OG. That's what my friends tell me.
Yeah, it's like you use it. I like it. I mean, I really don't mean that in a bad way. The very first, because like I mentioned to you off camera, Magnus Walker, he has his Porsches like that, you know, too. So it's like he uses the car. Like I'm all into, a cool, clean car, there's nothing wrong with that. But a car that has character and bottle scars, that's something that I definitely like. The car gets used, and that's what it's for. And so I definitely, I really like the way that seat looks.
Thank you. Yeah, this is actually my daily, so that seat gets sat in a lot. Yeah,
your daily. That's cool. Speaking of daily, any future plans for the interior?
For the interior, I do plan on getting maybe like another seat, and I do want to have both seats as bucket seats.
Okay.
So if I do get a new seat, I'll probably just throw this one in the passenger. But I do want to do like a halo seat, like a full halo. But the ones with the cutouts, so I don't lose my blind spots.
Yeah.
Other than that, maybe I might go with a new short shifter. I might go fast line, and then I might downgrade my head unit to like just a regular head unit with no screen, because that has a pop-out screen, and I kind of get tired of it sometimes. And maybe I'll gut the interior too, because I do plan on getting an actual daily and tracking this. So I was thinking about like gutting the rear and then taking out my harness bar and putting a auto power roll bar.
And so you were dailing this one. Man, dailing a K series? No?
B series.
B series. Oh, let's see.
All right, let's check out the B series here. Nothing too special.
I didn't know you could daily a B series. That's why I assumed that was a K series.
Oh man.
I'm like, really?
Here it is though.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is one thing I'm pretty like, I'm pretty content with the most on the car is.
Oh my gosh.
How
This is the first time I've seen it.
Oh really?
Yes, and I honestly didn't expect it to be this clean.
Thank you.
I mean, just looking at your seat, I was like, I don't know. I'm kidding.
You're not looking too good for the engine.
Yeah,
Right now.
my SD camera is kind of not working. Let's just postpone the interview for some other time. No, man, this is freaking rad. That motor belongs there.
Thank you.
Man, what are we staring at?
So it's a JDM B16A. I don't know what it came out of, but yeah, it's a JDM B16A paired to a LS transmission, and then it's basically just a bone stock motor, nothing done to it. Because I mean, I daily the car, and then I don't want to get pulled over by like highway patrol and then have them hassle me. So I kept it fairly stock, besides the exhaust.
Wow. So is this the same motor that came when you first got it from your dad?
Yeah, it was the same motor. It had the valve cover was painted like red. It didn't have the heat shield on the headers.
Okay.
It didn't have the OEM airbox. There was a lot of like messed up like coolant hoses, all the vacuum lines, everything that's like, if it's blue, that's like replaced because we just had it sitting around. But
oh wow,
that's about it. Yeah.
So it was in a little bit of a rough shape, but I mean, with you and your dad, you guys fixed it up. You guys got it back.
Definitely.
And so right now it's just running cherry.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's running super good right now. I do have a couple things I need to do, like valve adjustment and then my spark plugs, and I might need to get a tune.
Okay.
Because it's running like it's a P91 ECU from like a JDM VTEC like single cam. And I do want to get like a P30 for the B16A, but it's hard to find. But I think there's just like small things I need to tune, like fine tune, because I have a check engine light for like my O2 sensor.
Oh, okay, so little things like that.
Yeah, just little things like that. Yeah, that's about it.
But overall, it sounds healthy.
It's
running good.
It's a pretty healthy motor. Yeah.
Man, I love that. I mean, I think that's more than enough power for this car, and so it just looks so pretty.
Thank you.
That B series, man, I know it definitely, we discussed it. It's getting difficult to find more parts for the B series.
Yeah.
But it just looks so good, and yeah, I mean, K is the way I hear, but no, but B's the OG, you know. So B's definitely still ribs, man. I really like the way it is. Speaking of that, what are some of the future plans for you? With
my motor, I actually I plan on, if this motor were to blow, I would probably pull it and put a B20 non-VTEC, because I kind of want to get the best of both worlds, because I've heard like good things about B20 with no VTEC. Like my friend Nate right there with his Integra, he had a B20 with the B16 trans, and I had a lot of fun driving that car. And for a car with no VTEC, he walked me with that car. So
interesting.
I ran it with them just to see, like, just to compare the two setups, and I got him off the jump, but then he pulled me in right like straight away. But
okay.
I just want to do like a small B20 build on the side.
And then hopefully in the future track, you said, right?
Yeah, I might be going to my first track day actually in May.
Okay.
Hopefully, I want to go with this guy and probably some of my family members too. Hopefully.
That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool to see you out there and get that experience. But dude, this is perfect. Leave it. It's a B16, so it's probably not gonna blow anytime soon, unless you completely do like a horrible mischief. But other than that, I think it's gonna be good, and it's just keep as is, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't plan on doing anything to the motor yet, so this is like, I'm pretty content with the B16 and how it sits in there. It looks like it's like from factory too, so which is why I like it.
So pure, dude. I really like the black top and everything. It's just perfect.
It used to be red, and I was like, damn, that's cool.
It probably moved faster back then, because it was red.
maybe it did.
You lost horsepower, but it looks cool like this. I like it like that. Really go sideways since I'm pretty heavy. And the best way is to go that way?
Yes, just gonna angle out this way.
And then you make a right on that light, and then the entrance is like right away. I was planning on asking you a question, but then it got so loud I couldn't. Okay, then just so you don't want to talk then. No, I'm kidding. No, it's great. Man, it is loud.
Yeah, it's really
I like
loud.
it though, you know?
Yeah, it's very...
I know how you do it for daily driving, but...
Yeah, I don't do that for daily driving. I have my silencer I run because I'm too scared to run with no silencer.
So smooth, dude. So smooth. I like it. All right, John, thank you so much, man, for taking the time. Honestly, it's so freaking cool that your dad got you into cars because he was into cars. It's always a cool dream for you know, you want your own son to continue, and I'm sure that he gets a lot of joy just to see you just mod the car and to see how much love you have for this specific chassis. So kudos to your dad for, you know, introducing you to the car game. You know, we always need another gearhead in the family.
Hell yeah.
And so, you know, big shout out to you because you're continuing to build these cars, and you know, you're considered on the younger side, and you're still keeping these 90s, 80s, you know, early 2000 cars alive. And so thank you for doing that because it definitely does go a long way. And so we appreciate you, man. So thank you for sharing your story. Any shout outs?
Of course, bro. Before I do any shout outs, I want to say thank you also for giving me the opportunity to get interviewed by you. But I would say shout out to my homies from Hatch Attack, you know, Tony and all of them, Creepy. They've helped me out a lot with this car too, just like giving me advice for certain things. And then shout out to all the boys of the JDM OnlyFans chat. Shout out to the Asian Persuasion boys, you know, Dan, Nate, all you boys from NorCal, yeah. And just shout out to my dad, like most of all too, because he's the one that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had this or wouldn't have been into cars, you know. So shout out to my dad.
Could have ended up in an Integra or something gross like that, huh?
Oh yeah. I don't know about that car, man. I heard that car has a lot of problems too.
Yeah, they do, man. They want to be a Accord, so.
Oh hell yeah.
They have a little bit of an identity problem, but we won't get into that. But no, man, this is an amazing build. I like the way it is. I know you share some of the plans that you're planning on doing. I think it's gonna give it a complete different overhaul. It's gonna look great. But I you know, honestly, I trust your judgment. I think you have very good taste, man, and what you've done to this car is pretty cool, and I'm glad that you're keeping it on the road. Like I said, that's the most important thing, man, because these cars are getting a little bit older, and it's just so fun to see that, you know, still brings a smile to 19, 20-year-old the way it does to some of us, which are 40, 50-year-olds, you know. So definitely thank you for your time, and
of course, man.
Again, man, can't wait to see you on the car meets and at the track.
For sure, yeah.